Hi there. Good morning, friends. Welcome to our video post today. If you've been following along kind of regularly, you will have noticed that we didn't do a post on Monday. I wasn't here. And the reason I wasn't here is because both of our cars, my wife and I, they both died within 24 hours. It was just an amazing turn of events. And so I often like to teach, with real life examples. So this is an example of, anything can happen at any time. And, we go through life kind of sometimes just kind of cruising along. You get in the car, you turn on the key and it starts. That's just what happens. And then you go. And then until it doesn't, right? Until it doesn't. And we can get lulled into kind of like this sense of, oh, things are always going to go the way we want them to. Yeah, the car is always going to start. The heat is always going to come on when we turn it on. The lights will come on when we flick them on, etc. And when we get lulled into a response to life that's like that, then when they don't happen, when these very natural changes arise, then there can be this strong reactivity, like something is wrong, and we start to react and resist. And or I like to say the mind starts to tantrum, It shouldn't be like this. I don't want it to be like this. Well, it is, Yes, both cars are at the shop at the same time. There's no car in the driveway. There's no way to go anywhere. That's just how it is. Yeah, but I don't want that to happen. Well, we can not want it to happen, but it happens. So really, what's important is to, today's title says, expect the unexpected, meaning have the correct view that, yes, while there can be a pattern of things, and that's true, the car often does start, the heat often does come on, the lights often do come on, etc. While there can be that pattern, it will not last forever because of the truth of the realm we live in, this truth of change, that it will change, right? The lights come on when the conditions are supportive for them to, meaning like the conditions which include a tree not falling down on the wires somewhere. But of course, trees fall. Every tree that's ever grown up to be a tree will fall. And some of them will fall on the power lines. And while they're on the power line, then the lights don't come on. So that will happen, for sure. That will happen at some point. And so if we can have this view that, oh, right, these things they're actually supposed to happen. There's no way they can't happen. Then when they do, chances are there's less reactivity, right? There's less resistance and less suffering. When it happened with the second car, it was kind of comical, Yes, would I rather that it not happen? Absolutely. Were there some like, oh, this is going to be a different day, feelings and thoughts? Yes, absolutely. But there wasn't like a lot of suffering. There wasn't a lot of pushback and reactivity because the view was there. And how do we cultivate that view? Well, by having mindfulness and awareness to bring to bear on our experience so that we can see, I'm saying this in words now and we can hear it. And that's one type of wisdom, actually, when we hear the Dharma spoken and we go, yeah, that sounds about right. So that's good. But the deeper wisdom is when we see it or experience it with our own experience. Yeah. So we bring mindfulness, clarity of seeing to our own experience, and then we see for sure these things change. Yes, there are patterns that tend to go a certain way, and then something will shift and it changes, and then we know that truth for ourselves. So let's go ahead and do some of the practice that supports this correct view or this correct seeing. So getting into the posture that you're going to meditate in, whatever that is, standing, sitting, on the floor, in a chair, lying down perhaps. Letting the eyes come to close. Inviting the body to soften, settle. Letting your attention sink down into the body so that we have this sense of feeling the body from within, not kind of looking down on it from the head. The attention sinks down into the body, and as the body relaxes, and we can very naturally come into awareness of the body where it's in contact with what's below it. Cushion, chair, the floor. Feeling the sensations that are there at these contact points. The body is an excellent place to see this truth of how things change and that anything can happen at any time. But just sitting here, the body feels fine. All of a sudden, oh, a twinge in the back or the knee or the neck. And of course, living our lives, body's working fine, going along, then all of a sudden something breaks, something stops working so well. Bringing our attention to the body is a great way to learn for ourselves through our own experience this correct view. Feeling the sensations at the contact points, being clear about what you are feeling. And then softening further, widening the body, feeling like the body's getting wide or opening. And softening and widening the attention so that it's feeling more of the body than just these contact points. Widening the attention to fill the whole body and feel the whole body, or as much as can be felt all at once. Perhaps starting to experience the body not so much as a dense or solid, discrete form, but more as a field, sensations. Gently training the attention to stay, to continue to notice these sensations moment after moment. As we are experiencing the sensations of the body in this field, feeling it, experiencing it as a field of sensations, we can also experience the breath as it manifests within or as part of this field of sensations. It can be easy to pay too much attention on the wandering mind and how often that happens. Better to pay more attention to all the moments. There may be moments, they may not last long, but all the moments when we are connected, in this case, to the breath body, to the sensations of the breath body. And acknowledging that every moment we are connected in this way is a moment of strengthening mindfulness. It's a moment of experiencing life just as it unfolds. And the more we experience life just as it unfolds, the more we see life changes and changes in a way that can be unexpected and that we're not in control of. The more we see this in our own experience, the more this correct view comes into being. So when you wake up from being lost in thought, especially in this shamatha meditation that we've been doing, don't pay any more attention to that you were lost or the content. Just appreciate being back in present time awareness, knowing that now you are continuing to cultivate mindfulness for as long as the attention stays with the breath body. Thank you for your practice this morning and your presence, so that other people know that they're practicing with others this morning. Maybe I'll end today with this quote, or just a little explanation or story. Back in the 60s, in the 1960s, or maybe early 70s, there was this poster, and it was of a Hindu master. I'm not sure who it was, but one of the Hindu masters of that time. And I don't know how they did it, because there wasn't computer graphics back then, but it was a picture of him surfing and on a surfboard, kind of like up on the front of the surfboard, like almost hanging 10. And the caption was, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf them." So that really speaks to our teaching today, right? The unexpected is going to happen. It just is. That's the realm that we live in. But we can learn how to surf them, right? How to go with it, how to not resist it. And we learn that through seeing clearly the truth of how things are. Okay, so as you go through the day today, maybe something might happen. All of a sudden, the battery in your phone dies or something. You can't make that call or whatever. And instead of like, oh, this isn't supposed to happen, right? It's like, oh, okay, here's an example of that. Ah, good. Thank you. Thank you for that example. Really, that's possible. Okay, have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.